This week, another round of talks between the U.S. and 11 other countries regarding the Trans-Pacific Partnership, or TPP, are taking place in Salt Lake City. Throughout the week, people have been demonstrating in protest the potentially disastrous effects this trade bill could have. Effects that include everything from sweeping changes to the internet to limiting access to affordable medicine. So joining me now to talk more about these latest protests in Utah, as well as the impact the TPP could have on the world, I'm joined now by former Salt Lake City Mayor Rocky Anderson. Rocky, thanks so much for joining me on the phone.
It's great to be with you, Abby. Thank you.
So, Rocky, you were at the TPP rally yesterday. What was the main concern you gauged from the protesters?
Well, there's a huge concern about the complete lack of any transparency. These talks have been going on for years behind closed doors, and there have been lobbyists for some 600 multinational corporations, including, of course, Halliburton, Walmart, Monsanto, Chevron. But the people and the media haven't been provided anything. And there is so much at risk for the public health, for the environment, for access to vital medicines, for regulation and protection against the ravages of the too-big-to-fail financial institutions. Across the board, these folks have come together in secret to protect the interests of multinational corporations, and all of it so detrimental to the public interest and in the most anti-democratic ways.
Certainly. Let's talk specifically about Utah. What implications would the TPP have in your state, Rocky?
Well, this is something that's going to have huge impacts for people across the country and across the world. We've already seen huge unemployment levels because of these shameful trade agreements in the past, and this is going to outdo any of them. You know, it's not like we're paying low enough wages to people in China. Now we're looking to send those jobs to Vietnam, where they're paid about half as much. This is going to now cost more jobs, mean the offshoring of potentially millions of more jobs from the United States. And with these trade agreements come lower wages, fewer benefits, fewer environmental protections. And on top of all of that, they're creating an extrajudicial or extra legislative structure where there will be the secret court that will have precedence over what our own elected representatives may decide to do to protect the public health. And that's everything from disclosure of GMOs and protection against contaminants in our foods to buy local first initiatives, as I said, protection of the financial industries.
Rocky, I wanted to talk more about these secret courts that you're talking about. Of course, you just mentioned the expedition of the race to the bottom, expediting that. Yesterday, there was a hearing on Capitol Hill where Michael Froman, the U.S. trade rep, said that the TPP is a living agreement and there will be absolutely nothing to change U.S. laws from this agreement with these secret tribunals. Do you think we should believe him, Rocky?
Absolutely not. In fact, one of the things that we've only found out because of WikiLeaks, and thank God for those leakers who are getting the people the information, is that they're trying to extend the monopolization period under patents, which means far greater costs for medicines that are necessary for life-threatening illnesses. So, no, I wouldn't trust these people. I don't trust a thing they say. The representative here in Salt Lake City for the U.S. trade representative said yesterday that they are aiming for, and these were her words, unprecedented transparency. Well, Abby, you're there with the media. Are you able to get the text of the documents that they're proposing? Because we, the people, haven't seen anything yet except for what's been leaked through WikiLeaks.
Absolutely not, Rocky. But of course, we know that over 600 corporate advisors, as you just mentioned, the most trustworthy corporations out there, have full access to the text, are on the negotiating table. Of course, the people left in the dust. In recent weeks, as you just mentioned, I mean, significant blows to the TPP. WikiLeaks exposing part of the intellectual property text. Congress finally speaking out against the fast track. Do you think that without the fast track, Congress could actually pull the plug on this trade deal?
Well, I certainly hope so. And we, the people, need to let our representatives in Congress know that we've drawn our line. If they betray us and our democracy in such a manner that they would allow this to be fast-tracked after all these years of secret negotiations, they absolutely have no entitlement to be representing us in Congress. Most of them don't anyway, because they're on the payroll of many of these same corporations that are trying to make this sweet deal for themselves and fleece the American people and fleece millions and millions of people around the world.
Rocky, we have about a minute left. Is this a corporate coup d'etat?
It is. That's a great expression for it, because they have taken over now. They've already bought out Congress. Washington is up for the highest bidder. But now they're doing all this in secret and having the audacity to say that it should be fast-tracked without the public knowing what's going on, without any real debate in Congress, and without any amendments. It's absolutely shameful. And this Obama administration has sold out to the corporate sector as much or more than any of the prior presidents in our nation's history.
It is truly shocking. The face of the corporatocracy is revealing itself. Thank you so much, Rocky Anderson, for getting out there, speaking for the voice of the people, former Salt Lake City mayor, former U.S. presidential candidate.
Thank you, Abby.